Yeah, we're on.
Okay, come. Alright, first and foremost, you want to say
Kahala Yahweh wa Yahweh.
the double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect, pushing His word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth, man. From death and destruction to the new kingdom as well. Can you start with 1 Corinthians 14? And we'll start from 30.
It's in the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14, verse 30. It says, if anything be revealed to another that sitteth by, let the first hold his peace. For if ye may all prophesy one by one, that all may learn and all may be comforted.
Is that against that?
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 30. If anything be revealed to another that sitteth by, let the first hold his peace.
Yeah, Con. You know, that's, the thing is, actually, you know what? Forget that, actually. Jump straight to 33.
Verse 33, it says, for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints.
And that's what we got going on in this society is a mass amount of confusion. We're coming into the time right now where really your mindset has to be that every day that goes by or every year we come into, every new year we come into, expect an abundance of more confusion on this earth. Right? Because as we get closer and closer to the end times, or we're in the end times, so as we get closer and closer to, Yahushua coming, Yahushua's return, this world is going to get more confusion. There's going to be more confusion. Right now, we're getting close to the so-called holiday called Christmas, right? And everybody's out here breaking their back, breaking their damn banks to buy gifts. For what reason? You ask them, they say to give a gift, to give a present. It's like, don't you give presents during any other time during the year? Right? So these people are confused. That's why they put in Christmas music, and when they put that shit in, you're actually conditioned to get into that pagan holiday spirit. Right? And when you get into that pagan holiday spirit, it makes you do stupid shit. Stupid shit is wicked shit. You know? You know the amount of wickedness that happens. People talk about Halloween and say Halloween's wicked. Yo, Christmas just as wicked. The amount of nonsense that happens during Christmas is maddening. Half the time, most of the time, you see people. Most of the time, you'll talk to people and they'll say, "Yeah, I'm going Christmas shopping, but I don't even know what to get." Everybody, and honestly, I'm at a point where I just do it because this is what I'm supposed to do. So it's a condition, right? And then, but at the same time, they know in their spirit, this holiday is actually it's meaningless. So they're confused, man. That's why the truth needs to be pushed. Because the truth is the opposite of confusion. We give you logic and straightforward facts.
This is in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 7. It says right here, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
Yo, that's deep. Because in this time right now, speaking about confusion, when it comes to Christmas,
no, but giving gifts.
Yeah, giving gifts, giving presents, and then it destroys the heart, which is the mind. Why does it destroy the mind? Is because you're not actually thinking logically. You're not thinking about what's actually happening in this world right now. Right now, you're being sucked into the time of Christmas, hot chocolate in front of a fire, cozy time with your family, all this stuff that is not relevant to what's actually happening outside of your world, outside of your house.
Yeah. Oh, there's another scripture here.
Yeah, come on.
Sirach chapter 20, verse 29. Presents and gift blind the eyes of the wise. and stop up his mouth that he cannot reprove.
See, yo.
Because it's like, you know, here it is, you want to correct someone and they come and give you all these presents. You hold back from what you were gonna say because, you know, they gave you things,
Yeah.
you know, that your heart desires.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you know, pretty much a way of showing, you know, or, you know, like,
Because Stocky, I was just gonna pick
yeah,
up on what you said.
go ahead.
Because you think about that's why Esau implemented Christmas in the grand scheme of things. Because you know, outside of Christmas, when the Christmas year is over, the New Year's year is over, everybody goes back to their everyday lives,
Yeah.
and that's when that's in the news. Then everybody goes back to what's really happening in the world, right? They realize, oh, there's war, there's wickedness, there's hate, all this stuff. But during Christmas, no one talks about that stuff because they're invested.
They're blind.
Yeah, they're blind. They're invested they're blinded by all the gifts and the merry singing and the hot chocolates and the food and everything that they're eating. Yo, I work at a gym, and everybody there, the trainers and everybody there. Yeah, I'll put this on blast. I don't care. You know, the trainers and the workers, or the trainers and some of the members there, they're all, oh yeah, this month is gonna be a fluffy month for me. You know, this month is gonna be a bad month for me. Just because it's so-called Christian doesn't mean you have to let yourself go and put all this bullshit in your body.
Yeah.
See that's what I mean. That's the same thing with gifts.
They don't
Just
have any
because,
control.
you know what? Yeah, you have like it's like you lose control because it's a season of joy. It's a season of letting go, free spirit, not worrying about your troubles. No, you need to be aware of your troubles.
Yeah.
You can't run from your troubles just because it's Christmas.
Yeah, it's almost like as
Bullshit.
if, it's almost like, well, yeah, it is, because Christmas has a different vibration, and these people can't control themselves. It goes to show you that they go along with whatever society is teaching them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
although they want to eat healthy, they already know that by the end of Christmas or by the end of the new year,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's why they have like a New
Year's
Year's
resolution,
resolution,
yeah.
because then you start over again.
Yeah,
You know
come
what I
on.
mean? It's
okay.
like
Let me come back to my real life. again.
Exactly. Which goes to show you that it's like, why can't you control yourself through wealth?
Yeah.
You know, you have no, you know, have a self-control.
Yeah. And
You
people
know?
don't, and it's crazy. We will preach this, and people will hate us for preaching this, but we're telling them the truth. And they don't like it, because then now they gotta look themselves in the mirror and be like, yo, this whole time, I'm 35 or how old I am, this whole time I've been confusing myself.
Yeah.
You know? That's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Exactly. And then it says, for Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is not the author of confusion, but of peace, and in all churches of the saints.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. And the peace comes from the truth, man. The peace, because listen, peace, when you're confused, there's no peace of mind in that.
Oh yeah.
There's no peace of mind in confusion.
Yeah.
But we're out here preaching the truth, making it very simple, and breaking down the state the state of this wicked society, so that you can actually have peace. The truth is given to you. Because a lot of these people, a lot of Jake, they get mad. They first of all, they're foolish because they're trying to get mad at the Most High for the confusion that they have. Yet the Most High has set men to give them peace, to give them the truth, so they're not confused. But they don't want to listen. So in turn, you become more confused.
Did you want me to keep reading
Yeah,
on that?
keep
'Cause
reading
it's-
that. You didn't want that?
Yeah, well, verse 34 talks about the woman keeping, let the woman keep silent.
Oh, no, okay, I'm sorry.
That's right, man. Because, you know, like the brother was saying, you know, like we're literally at the end, man. You know, everything that you see in the social media, you know, how people are describing themselves and so on, is just a bunch of confusion, you know. And, you know, just like before we turned the camera on, we were talking about, you know, pretty much how that these things were going on before the Lord destroyed the whole earth and saved 8 souls. You know, the exact same thing, man. You know, you got men, you know, thinking that they were born as a woman. You know, you got women thinking they were born as a man. You know, you got, you know, pretty much children being taught that it's okay as a boy to feel like a woman tomorrow. And you just recently had a mother who pretty much said that there's nothing wrong with her son wearing a bra at school. You know, his son is only in elementary school, and she said that there's nothing wrong with him wearing a bra at school. You know, now you trying to be righteous and teach your children the right way. You have to do these things in secret. You know, you have to teach your children what's right and what's wrong in secret. You know, keep it together. You know what I mean? Like you gotta keep it within the family, because if you go out there, you know, and you say these things as a child, if you go to school and you tell your teacher that why the hell does Tommy think that his Hannah tomorrow, that shit is wicked, guess what? That teacher is going to ask her child, where did you get that idea from? Where did you get that understanding that this is wicked from? And if your kid says, you know, my parents taught me these things, guess what? Esau's going to come and, you know, take your children away from you, man.
Service going to be knocking on your door, but yeah, give me your kid.
You know what I mean? That's why you have to keep these things in secret. That goes to show you the state of the world that we live in today, man. You know, just like recently, like I was talking to the brother, you know, there's an article about a father who's being charged for not allowing his 6-year-old boy to dress like a girl, because
Charged for that.
exactly, he's being charged for child abuse. You know what I mean? Because he does not agree with what the mother of the child is doing, which is his kid. You know, they divorced, but you know, she wants that boy to go through a transition to become a girl, a 6-year-old boy, man. You know, this is what we have to fight against. You know what I mean? This is the state of the world that we live in today, and you are looked as the wicked if you speak against that, man. You know, you got people, you know, who don't even see themselves as, you know, as either, either a boy or a girl or a man or a woman. They're, you know, unidentified gender. You know what I mean? Where they literally chop up everything. You know, they're pretty much just, you know, unidentified, man. What the fuck is that, man? You know what I mean?
2 Corinthians 4.
Man, that's crazy, man.
That's complete madness, man. That also shows you that these women are worse than the children.
Way worse.
Yeah, they're way worse than the children. The children don't know shit because they're kids.
Yeah.
They don't know anything. And these women, they're supposed to be when they start off, they're supposed to be adults, right? They're supposed to be when they start off being kids and become girls and then become women. They're supposed to be adults, supposed to know at least enough to tell the child when they're a boy and they're feeling like they want to be a girl, no, you're a boy.
Yeah.
They should at least know that.
Yeah.
And if they don't, now you're at work working 8 hours a day,
Yeah.
kid comes home and you don't even know what the hell your wife is telling you.
What they're being taught, yeah.
Yeah, they're being taught.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course. You know what? Our enemies are also our women.
Yeah. Exactly, man. You know, like, you know, as a child, you don't know that, you know, whether right. Yo, man, come on, man. Come on,
I'm
man.
coming to apologize.
All right, man. Cool.
All right.
All right, man.
Sorry
Thanks.
for what I did to you guys, but I ended up in cells.
It's good.
All right, man. All right, man.
Appreciate
All right, man.
it.
Take care, man. You know. Yeah. You know. Hey, but you know, like as I was saying, you know, as a child, right? You don't know what's right or what's wrong. That's why, you know, your father or your mother tells you, hey man, don't put your hand on the stove, otherwise it'll burn. And guess what? That kid is not going to listen to you until they put their hand on the stove. That's when you as a father or a mother, you got to step in. If your child comes up with these ideas, he or she doesn't know. That's why they're coming, that's why kids always ask, why mom? Why this? You know, why that? You know?
They need reasoning.
Right?
Which women don't have logic. They don't have reasoning.
Exactly, right? That's what you gotta teach them. You can't consider what your children are doing is okay, man. You know? For example, right? If a child says, mom or dad, you know, I want to eat candies, you know, for the rest of this week, are you gonna try to consider that? Nah, you're gonna like, fuck no, because you're gonna get sick.
Yeah,
Why? Because you, as a parent, you already know the end result of this thing, man.
You're supposed to, at
Right?
least.
You're supposed to, you know.
In this kingdom, man,
But
it's like
man.
in this kingdom, like even like with me, man, like at a certain age, when I turned like 16, man, I was really the parent in the house. My dad wasn't around, right? And then really actually maybe let's say around 19, 18, and then 18, and then when I came into this truth, I am the father of that house. My mother and my sister are both my children. That's what it feels like. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not to disrespect my mother or anything. That's just the truth. That's just how they act. They act based off emotion. Children, they don't have logic yet.
Yeah.
All they have is their instincts and their emotions.
That's why you gotta build them up the right way.
That's why you got to build that up for them. Exactly.
it's kind of like, you know, they're pretty much, what is it? Like, their brain is not fully developed yet, right?
Yeah.
So you're literally forming them into an extension of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're teaching your kid, okay, your son to be a woman, bro, that goes to show you how wicked you are
as a man. Yeah.
as a man or a woman.
Or
You know
a
what I
woman,
mean?
yeah, come on.
Majority of the time it's this woman, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's crazy. 'Cause that's exactly what they're doing. Like what you just said. They're teaching their kids to be an extension of them.
Yeah.
But they're doing it to the wrong gender.
Exactly.
They
right?
do it to the boy. Like yo, you need to like the boy. It's like yo, they teach the boy to be an extension of them by showing them how to be a woman. It's like what the fuck? What kind of madness is that? Anytime your son or your child asks you, if you're a woman, and anytime your son or your daughter comes up to you and asks you a question, like why about this for a reason, you need to send that boy to his father, or send that daughter to his father,
Yeah. Yeah.
to her father.
Yeah.
That's where it comes. You are a woman that just nurtures.
Yeah.
You're there when they're upset. You know, you're there to feed them. When they get sick, take care of them.
Yeah.
You're nurturing, but you don't give them logic.
Exactly.
reasoning. You don't have it.
Exactly. You know, like.
That's why they can go confused. 'Cause you're giving them what you don't have. That's why they grow up confused.
Yeah, you know, like you know, here's an example, like you know, I'm a coach Blade, right?
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So basically, my coach, like you know, he has a son, and you know, he brings his son, like you know, through basketball training, okay. And if his son fucks up, he
Yeah.
makes everybody run, and he tells them, I don't give a shit. You're 8 years old.
Yeah.
You fuck up, everybody else runs.
Yeah.
And he said, you know, I don't feel sorry for you. That's not my job. That's what your mother is supposed to do.
Yo,
you know what I
really?
mean?
Yo, that's the
You know?
truth.
I'm like, okay.
That's-
like, you know
that's
what I
the
mean?
scriptures.
Yeah. You know, that makes sense.
Yeah.
He said, that's not my job. I'm not supposed to feel sorry for you. That's what your mother is supposed to do. You know,
Yeah,
because you know, a woman is supposed to nurture. You know,
Yeah.
like you know what I mean?
Protect and
Right.
rub, bathe. Yeah.
Right, like you know, her role is important, but if she goes outside of her role to do the role of a man, that's
Yeah.
what she fucks up because a woman cannot raise a man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 30, verse 3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him.
Yeah.
Though his father die, yet he is as though he were not dead, for he has left one behind him that is like unto himself. That's an extension of you. You know what I mean?
Con. That comes through the teachings
Yeah.
of the father, man.
Yeah. While he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him. And when he died, he was not sorrowful. He left behind him as an avenger against his enemies, and one that shall requite kindness of his friends.
You see, but Jake be popping out babies and be popping out babies that love their enemies.
Yeah.
The complete opposite.
And then, you know, you get surprised, you know, when your child goes missing because he went parties with his
Edomites.
Edomites. You know what I mean?
Oh, exactly. You raise him to love his enemies.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be confused when he's missing
Yeah.
because he's been hanging out with his enemies.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You know, just like recently, you know, here in Regina, like, you have
Yeah,
this.
there are a couple missing
Yeah,
Jakes. Yeah.
right. Like
Yeah.
you have a couple of missing Jakes. One,
Yeah.
you know, that plays rugby. You
Yeah.
know, at the university here.
Yeah.
And the story behind it was that he went clubbing or he went partying with these, like, you know, with his friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then what happened? You know, they probably dragged him until today. They can't find the dude. He's probably dead, bro.
He's probably dead.
You
He's
know?
probably dead.
That's
Out there
just,
somewhere in the
you know,
field.
yeah, you know, that's just the truth of it. It's been 3 weeks.
Yeah, he's probably
It's
gone.
been 3 weeks, but again, you know, if you don't teach your children who their enemies are,
Yeah.
guess what? They're just gonna go out there, you know, pretty much just like the wind. You know,
Yeah.
they'll just follow every direction.
Con.
You know, and then guess what? Now you're more, the chances of you, you know, pretty much, the chances of you receiving harm is
Yeah.
much greater because you're out there. You know, you're in the open.
Yeah, you
know what I mean?
exactly, Con. You basically have led your child who's a sheep into its slaughter.
Yeah.
You've opened the doors for more wickedness in the house, man.
Exactly.
That's why the scriptures are important, man. Because they're laws, they're statutes and commandments. They're logic that you got to give to your children, to your kids, so that when they grow up, they know when they're out there. Especially in this society, man. How can you be a Jake and have a child in this society, and they don't even know their power.
Yeah.
They don't know they don't know what their heritage.
Yeah.
All they know is that they're African or American, or that they're Canadian or African, or that they're a Negro. Really, they know
Yeah.
that they're a Negro.
Yeah, it's like when you look into the animal kingdom, you don't see the lion hanging with the
With the zebras.
With the zebras, you
They're
know what I
not
mean?
chilling with them.
Yeah,
The thing's trying to eat them. It knows the difference.
Exactly, bro. Like they understand who they're supposed to be with because that's their kind.
God.
You know what I mean? Like you just like these things are very common. That's what the scripture says. Look at the animals and you can learn a thing or two
Yeah,
from them.
that's
Man.
very true.
It tells you that in the book of Job.
Yeah.
You can learn a thing or two from these animals, man.
Yeah.
How they keep in order.
Yeah,
That's why, like it says, that the spirit of man goes upward, but the spirit of the beast stays downward.
Stays here,
You know what I mean? Because, they are in order. They don't need to receive judgment. As soon as
Exactly.
they die, they
Yeah.
come back in the reincarnation right away. Bam. They're here again.
Yeah.
That's why animal knows.
Yeah. They
Like-
read, they know, they read spirits, they're just chilling. They're
Yeah.
like, hey, this is my role.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You know what I mean?
But now we're getting to a point where even some of these animals are confused.
Yeah.
With all the injection, the shit
Yeah.
that's in the air,
Yeah.
the food that they're eating.
Yeah. Yep.
They're confused. Esau is really fucked up the society in ways that sometimes, man, in ways that we can't even comprehend yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Most High is still yet revealing everything that Esau is doing.
That's right. Verse 7, he that maketh too much of his son shall bind up his wounds, and his bowels will be troubled at every cry. And horse not broken becometh headstrong, and a child left to himself will be willful.
That's deep.
Bro.
That's deep.
This is an example of exactly,
Being
for,
carried into the wind, like you just said.
yeah, for example, my woman's, my nieces and nephews, pretty much, these children, their father does not discipline them enough, my woman's mother, she works a lot, she goes to bed, as early as, 6:30 sometimes, in the evening,
She up at 4 then.
yeah, she works at the hospital, right? The kids, my father, is barely there, and the mother, she has a disability. You know what I mean? So these kids are left alone. They're raising themselves. Whereas, sometimes, but these kids are being found, sleeping in someone's backyard. You know what I mean? They go 20 blocks, to the store. I'm talking about 5-year-old, the eldest, maybe 8, I'm 8 years old. To a point where these these Edomites, are looking at these kids and they're calling the cops.
Yeah,
and,
where's your parents?
Yeah,
Where's your dad?
you know what I mean? Where are your parents?
Yeah.
These kids are raising themselves, man. That's why it says right here.
It's crazy.
It says right here, that a child left to himself will be willful. They'll do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
Because they don't know. They only go off of what they think. They're like women, right?
Just like women, yeah.
They
Same
only
thing.
go off of emotions. I want to eat candy for the rest of the week because
Yeah.
candy is sweet.
Yeah.
They don't understand that later on, they're going to get a tummy ache, man.
Yeah, man, women need men just like parents. That's like children need parents.
Man, that's crazy,
It's
man.
that simple. That's actually madness, man.
And then it
It
says,
really goes back to the curses, man, because Jake, as a man, should be in the house setting up the order, man.
yeah,
That father's wicked as fuck.
yeah,
He's wicked as all hell, bro.
Yeah.
To let his kids roam like that?
yeah. Exactly, man.
It's crazy.
And then it says, conquer thy child, and he shall make thee afraid. Play with him, and he will bring thee to heaviness.
Yeah, heaviness. Yeah, it's true.
You're always buddy with your children.
Yeah.
That shit is wicked.
Yeah, man.
Why? Because they're gonna start treating you like that. They're gonna talk shit to you, and
You
so
get
on and on. Yeah.
You gotta
You have to draw the line.
Yeah,
You have to draw the line.
Yeah.
Know when it's time to play and when it's time to be serious. You know what I mean? And you as a parent, as a father, you have to be more stern than playful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it says, laugh not with him, lest thou have sorrow with him, and lest thou gnash thy teeth in the end.
Okay, yo, yeah, I know this one. That,
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. Give him no liberty in his youth, and wink not at his follies. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta correct him right there and then. Don't let it go. Because children are very smart too, man. Okay? Yo,
Yeah.
like they know how to get mom and dad to fight.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
correct.
You know, you know what I mean. That's why, like I'm a that's why, like I'm a both parents. You know, like when you're raising your children, you can't disagree in front of your child, man.
No,
Because you know what I mean, like because like they pick up on these things. You know, if they want a cookie and mom says yes, okay. You know, or or like for example, if they want a cookie and dad says no, you know, they will have, you know, that understanding that my mom is also gonna probably say yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
they know how to, because they're,
yeah.
you have to understand, like a child, when a child is born, they don't have the law, they don't have the scriptures, so you have to put them on the other side of being wicked. All right, or the chance of them being wicked is very high.
especially here.
You know, so like, and man, really, if we take this into a broader aspect, yo, all these people are children, man. Even it doesn't even matter their age. They could be 66 and they're still children if they don't, if not in this truth.
Hey, you know, that's why the scripture says, I'm roughly curvating of my people. You know, I'm a children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. You know, right? Like,
Children are their
oppressors. Like right, like the children that's talking about. It's talking about the white man. But when you look at the whole society, it's a bunch of children.
Yeah, because they're all confused. They don't have order. They do stuff off of emotion, just like women and children do. Right? So really, in the grand scheme of things, man, that's like anybody who's not in this truth. If you buddy with them, trust me, you're giving them a chance to overthrow you.
Yeah.
Don't buddy with people who don't even fear the Most High. Are you crazy?
Yeah, exactly.
What kind of nonsense is that?
Yeah. You know, that's why it says, not to join together with unbelievers.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
be not unequally yoked with unbelievers.
Con.
You know.
No, yeah, exactly. Be not unequally. Oh yeah.
And it says,
That's crazy because these words, these scriptures, were so much more straightforward and applicable. You know, so-called white people are going to get destroyed. And these man. Prideful. It goes to show you that these scriptures back in the day, back in the ancient times, were so simply applicable to just one subject because it wasn't as big. And now you read this and it's like, yeah, it's about your children. You can apply this to everybody who's not in the truth. It's crazy. It shows you the spectrum from this amount of wickedness to this amount of wickedness.
yeah, like it's very straightforward, and these are the commandments and laws that these heathen nations are going to have to keep. You know? And it says, bow down his neck while he is young. You know, like for example, like if you, like even myself, like as a kid, like I remember, like if I did something wrong, right? Like and my parents, were there to talk to me about it.
Yeah.
Bro, like I cannot look them in the eye.
Yeah, God.
You would always look down, and let them, you know what I mean?
That's
you know what I mean?
You looking
He's
down
a
while you're trying
unicorn.
to...
Boom!
I get a fist. Fucking slap.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, those are the things, I'm a good children. You know what I mean? And it says, bow down his neck while he is young, and beat him on the side while he is a child,
Exactly.
lest he wax stubborn and be disobedient unto thee, and bring sorrow to thine heart.
Make that flesh tender, man. Make it tender. Beat him.
It says, chastise thy son and hold him to labor, lest his lewd behavior be an offense unto thee. That's right, man. You always gotta put him to work.
Yeah.
Put him to
God,
work, man.
God.
Make him do shit, because now kids, all they want to do is to fucking play video games and that's it.
Yeah, they don't want to. Yeah, exactly. They
You know
don't
what
want to do anything.
Yeah.
Same thing with like my brother, man. Like past 6 months, I've been like this one. I almost went to almost beat like he guy like was living with my mother and my sister in the house, and I'm not there anymore. So like you have to take over now. You gotta, when things are broken, you gotta fix it.
Yeah.
All right. When the heater is not working, you call the guy and ask him to come down and fix the heater. All that shit. I can't be out here on the other side of the city trying to do that. Like, and I have to work, and I can't do that. I gotta do the work. I can't be doing that shit.
This is too much, man.
This guy got lazy. He's like, "You're the older." You almost went to fist the blows with him. And as soon as he seen that, I was like, "Yo, I'm about to break you apart if you don't start listening." He actually started bucking. He actually started listening. Because at the end of the day, he understood. You know, when he came to me and said, he's like, "You know, at the end of the day, you were right. But I just wasn't strong enough to deal with these women."
It's like, what the fuck? It's like, what the hell have we dealt with? Anyway.
I was like, "What are you talking about, bro? You didn't even step into the fire and you're saying it's hot. You haven't even got in there yet."
Like it's that, like that one kid, you know, about that one video, lock of the kid, like, you know, about wanting, like, I'm to jump into the pool.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he was like this.
Yeah.
He's like this the whole time.
Yeah, it's cold. It's cold. You haven't even jumped in yet. How do you know it's cold? Anyways, man, that just shows you. All I'm saying is, in the end of the day, the structure comes from the man. All right, and these women and these women, these children, and these people don't have what we have. We actually have the truth, which is logic. They don't have that. So, you being a man of the Lord, all right, a servant of Yahweh B'Ashem Shai, you can't, buddy. Like I always say this, man. If I'm talking to someone and they're and like you can tell that they're spiritual, and they're Jake, and they're kind of cool and stuff. But if they don't fear a higher power, I'm like, yo, I cut them off right away.
Yeah.
Like, you don't fear a higher power, I know you're wicked as fuck.
Yeah, dude.
I already know you're wicked as all hell. You don't fear a higher power? Yeah, you're wicked. I can't be around that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Even if you don't know his name, that's another thing. That gets deeper. But you don't fear something above there?
Verse 14. Better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution than a rich man that is afflicted in his body.
Yeah,
That's
God.
right.
Yeah, God. Because a man, you can be a man that's rich. You look at rich as people look at people look at money as wealth.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't look at wisdom as wealth.
Exactly. You know, people don't look at the state of the individual
That's rich.
as, you know, as actually having wealth.
Yeah,
like,
con,
you know what
con.
I mean? Like, you can be at peace in the mind. You can be calm and relaxed and not have money, and that is actually better than you having a shit ton of money but always being troubled. You know what I mean?
Jacked up.
You know,
Yeah.
and being jacked up in the body. You know, being sick.
Always going in
You
and
know
out
what I
of
mean?
surgeries
Yeah.
to fix getting certain
Yeah.
parts of your bodies taken
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
All that kind of shit, just because you have all this money, or just because you have all this diseases or problems you're going with through your body.
Yeah. It says right here, verse 15, health and good estates of the body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth.
Yo,
You see that?
Yo, what scripture is that?
I'm at verse 15 of Sirach chapter 30.
30 and 15.
Uh.
Yeah, exactly. We just read.
Come on. There is no riches above a sound body,
Yeah.
and no joy above the joy of the heart.
Yeah.
Death is better than bitter life or continual sickness.
Absolutely.
That's
tough.
tough.
That is accurate, man.
Yo, that's how some people say, like, you know, I would just, like, you know, I'm gonna take me out.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like, you know, when they're in much pain, they would rather actually die.
That's why they call it the deathbed.
Yeah.
Rather on the deathbed, and it's like, yo, and then that person who's a relative to that person on the deathbed, on the deathbed, it's like keep them alive, and there's no reason to keep them alive.
Yeah.
At this point, they might as well, you might as well cut the cord.
That's right. It says, delicate pour upon a mouth shut up are a messes of meat set above us like upon a grave. Yeah. That is it.
To jump into 2 Corinthians chapter 4. I'll just read up to the 5th verse.
2 Corinthians 4 and 1.
Yeah, sorry.
The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 1. It says, therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we should have received mercy, we faint not. But having renounced the hidden things of dishonesty,
Yeah.
not walking in craftiness,
Right.
or handling the word of Yahweh Hashem Shai deceitfully.
Yeah, and that's what all these people out here do, man. They're walking with craftiness, man. That's why I say when there's much confusion, there's even more wickedness,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, like the Tower of Babel.
The Tower of Babel. No, that's why when you talk to a person and you can see that they can't give you a straightforward answer, guess what? They're confused. That's just the truth.
Yeah, when they have to say,
Yeah, I don't know, and
maybe.
beat around the bush,
Yeah,
then you're
yeah.
confused. You
Yeah.
actually don't know.
Yeah, you should actually be able to say yes or no.
Is-
Yeah, nay.
Exactly, and then give reasoning behind it. Explain it. Right? But people out here, they don't even, like, they can't even give you a reason as to why they do what they do. And when they do give you a reason, you know it's like a blanket statement.
Yeah.
It doesn't get you anywhere. It just covers one, it's just like a general statement.
Yeah. Yeah, in this society, they make it seem that when you're straightforward or black or white,
Yeah.
that's wicked.
You're rude.
You have to
Yeah,
consider other options. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. But the Lord is straightforward.
Yeah.
You know, His commandments are straightforward.
man. Straightforward.
He never said maybe, you know, if
Maybe if
maybe
you're-
like if
you
a
don't
man
have-
likes
yeah.
a man, you know,
Yeah.
you just consider that fact. Maybe, you know, if it's too
Yeah.
gay, maybe. you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Or you know what?
It's like,
Maybe
hell
you're
no.
hungry. You haven't eaten all day. All right, maybe we can have a little bit of pork. Like, what kind of nonsense is that?
Yeah, exactly. Which is, you know, like the whole thing, like you know, about Muslims, you know, like
Yeah.
they believe that, you know, you can't eat pork, but you know, if it comes down to like you, like, you know, I'm having to almost die, you know, or someone puts a gun to your head, you know, that's when, you know, that's when I'm like, that's
You
when,
might consider eating
like,
pork.
like it's okay, you know, I'm gonna judge you do it. Whereas, like, when you read in the book of Maccabees,
Yeah.
they were happy to be put to death
Yeah.
for not
And
eating
they were
pork.
cut to pieces. They
Yeah.
weren't even just killed. They were cut.
Yeah,
Yeah, cut. And that's what shows you. That's what shows you, man. We have a sound doctrine because we're actually willing to die for this, man.
it's straightforward. Don't eat pork. Don't do it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why the consequences are heavy because it's not hard. Like when the Most High has a commandment and you don't listen, the consequence is heavy. Because it's a very simple commandment.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like literally, bro. It's like you writing an exam, and then someone came and gave you all the answers to it. And you know what I mean? Here it is. All you have to do is just circle whatever the answer is. But then like
You're still sitting there contemplating what
right?
the answer is.
Yeah, you know, like you choose to go, you know, a different route, and then when you get your final result of the exam, you're
cheesed about it.
you're all surprised, like, what the fuck, you know? You were given the answers. The Lord gave you the commandments. Don't do that, but do this.
Yeah.
But then when you do the opposite, you see the results, man. You know, and then, you know, people wonder why the hell, you know,
Going through what they're going
yeah, they're going through, you know, they have high blood pressure, you know, I'm a high blood pressure and so on and on from eating pork and all of these wicked shit, defile shit all the time. The Lord told you not to do it. He already gave you the answer.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that simple. And it says, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of Yahweh Hashem Shai deceitfully, but by manifestation of the truth, commanding ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of Yahweh Hashem
Yo,
Shai.
these people don't even have a conscience, man. Because, you see, we listen to the Spirit. That's our conscience. Because our spirit, when you come to this truth, now your spirit you have went from thinking carnally and focusing on the flesh to now thinking spiritually in a carnal world. Thinking carnally in a carnal world and thinking spiritually in a carnal world. So now we listen to the Spirit. But these guys don't have the truth, and you best believe they're doing wickedness every day of the week, twice on Sunday, man.
That's right. Verse 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost,
Right.
in whom Yahweh Hashem
Which
Shai.
means you can't save them, man. Don't worry about the people who can't get it. You got Jakes out here in different camps trying to say Esau can make it. Are you fucking crazy? That man was literally, his spirit was created to go against the Most High. The Most High himself created that spirit to go against him.
Man, if Esau can make it, I don't want to make it.
Yeah, yeah. Then what is all this for?
Exactly. It's like it'll be the
Come on,
same
man.
thing again.
Yeah, come on. Esau can't make it, nor will he make it. And what we mean by make it is he's not going to have the blessing we have, man. When Esau comes into the kingdom, he's making it to be a slave. He's not making it to be of the elect,
Yeah.
to get blessed and to have spiritual powers. No.
No, to live it up to nice and good. Which
Any
he's already
of you,
doing.
yeah, any of you jakes that believe that need to be destroyed, man. You guys are wicked as all hell.
Man, those people are just played off.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, they paid off. That's right.
And it says, in whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahweh HaMashiach, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them.
That's right. Verse 5?
Yeah, no, I'm at verse 5 this year. For we preach not ourselves, but Yahweh HaMashiach the Lord, and ourselves your servants for Yahweh HaMashiach's sake.
That's right, man. Unlike these people out here who are lovers of themselves, we are lovers of Yahweh Shai, man. That's it. We're not lovers of ourselves. That's why we represent Hashem Yahweh Shai through his words and his scriptures, man.
Yeah.
So with that, we're going to close and we're going to say,
Kahala Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai
Hashem
Ba'ashem Kodash.
The double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And salutations to the elect, pushing his word, the truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. Death and destruction to his wicked kingdom, the 2/3 of Israel and Esau as well.
Yeah.
Shalom.
Shalom.